Dealing with an avoidant ex feels impossible, I know. One minute it seems like you'll never get them back, and then the next they give you just enough hope to believe that they might return, only to pull away again. I know it's a cycle that can drive anyone crazy, and that's why you see so many negative comments about avoidance under videos like this. But here's the thing, you actually have more power than you realize. And once you understand how avoidance work, you'll see that getting them back isn't about chasing them, it's about doing the exact opposite. So stay tuned and I'll tell you what you need to do. Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And welcome back, my beautiful no contact army. Have you been a good little soldier? If you have, then you've downloaded my app Silencio to help you stay in no contact. The video for that is underneath every single video and podcast. And if you're new here and you too would like to join our beautiful no contact army, just hit the subscribe button and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. Okay, so why do avoidants behave like this? Why do they give you hope and then disappear? It all comes down to comfort and space. Here's the best way to picture it. Imagine that every avoidant walks around with an invisible bubble around them, and that bubble is about 3 feet wide, emotionally, not physically, but emotionally. Inside that space, they feel safe and comfortable. Now, as long as you stay outside of that bubble, everything feels balanced. They can breathe, they can relax, the relationship works. But the moment you step too far into their bubble by demanding reassurance, chasing, pushing for more closeness than they're ready, they feel suffocated. It's like you're crowding them emotionally, and their instinct, okay, their instinct is to back up really quick in order to restore that comfort zone. So if you close in to, let's say, 2 feet, or even worse, 1 foot, they will immediately retreat until they're at least 3 feet or maybe even more away from you again. And this is why avoidants seem to run hot and cold. It's not always about you personally, it's about protecting that emotional bubble around them. Now, here's the flip side. If they pull away and you don't chase, if you respect that invisible 3-foot bubble, they'll eventually realize you're not threatening their space. And that's when they feel close enough or safe enough to move closer to you. Now, here's where you and your behavior come in. If you can handle things the right way, you can completely change the dynamic. But if you let your anxiety take over, you're only going to push them further away. And most people with an anxious attachment style immediately rush toward their partner when there's a problem. With an avoidant, that instinct backfires. The key is to resist it, as hard as it is, I know. So instead of running after them, stand still, or even better, take a step back. And that gives them the space they crave and the chance to come towards you. Now, this is where your own growth becomes essential, because the best thing you can do after a breakup with an avoidant, or, well, with anyone really, is to work on becoming more secure. People with secure attachment styles don't rely on someone else for happiness or validation. They know their worth, whether they're in a relationship or they're not, because their confidence comes from within. And when you build that up within yourself, you won't feel desperate to chase. You won't crumble when someone pulls away. It's all about self-worth. So if somehow your self-worth was diminished, probably in childhood, I'm sorry to hear that, but it's now your responsibility to work on it. So instead, you want to stay composed and calm, and that's the energy that draws an avoidant back. And that brings us to the most powerful tool you have, which is, of course, no contact. And this is usually the last thing an avoidant expects, especially if you've been anxious in the past. They're used to you reaching out, chasing them. So when you stop, it shakes up the whole dynamic. And at first they may feel relieved, but over time they start to wonder, did I make a mistake? Did I end things too quickly? Why aren't they chasing me like before? So by not closing the gap, by respecting that 3-foot emotional space, you allow them to feel safe. And it's only when they feel safe that they can start to question whether they want you back. So no contact actually speeds up that process, and breaking no contact slows it down. And here's the best part. When contact eventually does happen, they'll sense your shift immediately. You won't be the same clingy, needy, insecure partner that they remember. Instead, your new energy, because remember, you've worked on yourself, your new aura will tell them something has changed without you even having to say a word. And that change is the key to rebuilding the relationship. So instead of wasting your time during the breakup by staying anxious and miserable and constantly checking their social media, use this as an opportunity. Become more secure. Give them space. Let them come back to you. Because when you stop chasing, that's when they can begin to move closer. Okay? So now I want to hear from you. How long have you been in no contact and how is it going? And if you would like my help to get your ex back, then you can contact me at theartoflove.net/coaching and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website. And the link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. And I am available 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. That doesn't mean I'm working 16 hours a day. I'm just saying I'm available because I know people from outside the US, they think, well, is the time difference going to be a problem? No, not at all. And if you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to this as a podcast and you want to help the show, then just download this episode. And finally, remember, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.